The camera for a second, my phone was ringing and interrupting what I was trying to do, and then we had a man doing the lawn. So I'm glad to see that they're taking care of this property. It's a heritage, and we need to make sure that it's stable and can be used. Now we're at the end of this long laneway, and you want to show this property here. And so as you see, there's a lot of grassy area and trees, and so we could probably use this as a resource for those in poverty during the day. We could probably create a baseball court. We could have games and activities here for those in poverty. I might add that, and not because I think, I'm big or anything, but as a woman in poverty who has lost her home recently, I'm using my money, my resources, in order to put on this campaign and to make it possible for poverty to become an end. I'm a lady that is very humble towards my faith in God, and I believe that He is using me in order to help those in need. Though I'm in need, I'm reaching out to you as a nation to show you what is needed and what needs to be done. I'm a woman of experience, and I have endured street life and so much more. I have a lot to give and a lot of love. I have had some experiences here years ago when mental health was established here and had some resources. I actually used some of these facilities. So I have some memories which run very deep inside my heart. Up ahead here is a building. Okay, and that building, I remember long ago, was a place for art. And I was actually inside that building, so I know what it looks like. They used it so that we could put our talents together. I made tiling, and there was knitting, sewing, and all those kinds of things in there. So we could do that again. Here, there's another building. And I believe that we could use that as another resource for a possible treatment center. Let's go this way. Infrastructure is the place that actually maintains these buildings, and have shared with me that there is no long-term plan right now for these buildings, that they are not going to sell the property to anyone for the next couple years. It's well known that the government owns this property and that it's a private property, but they allow people to walk through because it's a heritage. It's something that people want to take a look at. Right here is so beautiful. It reminds me a little bit of heaven, I would have to say, with all the the flowers, and it's well kept up here, and there's an old church, and I believe that it was meant to be a church and that it could be a church again. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
It's so nice.
Beautiful.
I like it.
Oh, we'll get a zoom in on the sign. Just because we could.
Yeah, that looks so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it could become something that is very important. It could make a difference in people's lives. As we go, you can see that there's tons of grass and roadway to go through here. It's a peaceful area, and I believe that we need to keep it that way and to maintain a place of harmony, peace, unity, and a place of refuge for those in need. Soon we'll arrive to another building up here, and it has a fenced area. And that's the front that we looked at earlier, where I did some sewing and stuff like that. But as you can see, there's more added onto it. This could be a place to put our talents into action. It could also be a place for ODSP or welfare. And the benefits in having ODSP and welfare in one area and treatment centers and a resource center for the daytime programs is that one hand will know what the other is doing. I just came out of surgery and about a month ago, a little less than that. And so I've been kind of taking it slow because I'm in a healing process. And being a woman that is now in poverty and lost my home due to some references that should have never been, is very hard for me. The reason that I'm doing this, regardless of my pain, is because I care and because I love everyone. I don't care who you are, whether you're black, white, yellow, red. We all have a right to certain things in life, and one of those things is not being in poverty. So beautiful, look at that.
Mm-hmm. Very beautiful.
We're just walking around the property and there's so much grassy area here. We could have a ballpark, which I think actually there is one over there. We could have soccer team. We could have a swimming pool out here. Now, I have an idea here that many officials in the land may say, well, the street people don't deserve that. I'm going to tell you something. They deserve a lot more. And why? Because as individuals living on this earth, we have a right, because God says we have that right, to be free and to be healthy and to have the nourishment that we need in order to survive. He desires that we enjoy our lives here on earth because He created it for us. Just because somebody's on drugs or alcohol or has an issue with housing doesn't mean they don't deserve more. It doesn't mean that they put themselves there. There's many reasons and many circumstances that have put these people there. People like myself who have overcome their issues and worked hard in life in order to get where they are deserve a lot more. It's not an issue of being deserving to have certain things, but God promises us that we can have more, and He wants to reward us here on earth as well as at the end of our journeys. The Bible, and I need to get a little religious here in my demonstration, because the Bible says that we reap what we sow. And so therefore, if we reap bad things into our lives, we're going to reap the benefits of that, which are not good. But if we work on our issues, we overcome, and we do the right things, then God desires that we benefit from that. And so having a place of refuge, a game place, a place of treatment, a place to enjoy is what we need to benefit from. The LPH or Old Psych property could be used as a transformation place for those in poverty, going from treatment into housing, into growing, learning, and establishing proper, maintained lives. So here we have a few more buildings, and those could be used to have some, governmental buildings like Unity Project. I think that Unity Project needs a new building for shelter reasons. I think that the London Coffee House would probably be a great place to put that here. With the coffee house in place and a shelter, it helps with the transformation for those who are on drugs and alcohol, who are working through their issues in order to make their way to that swimming pool, to those benefits, to learning how to use their talents in order to better their lives. They can go from that to having housing and being able to financially and physically maintain their lives in a better way, in a healthier way. It's going to be 25 degrees today. And this is done in 2016 of June 4th. My birthday's in a few days, and it's on the 12th. 12 is a very good number for me.
Happy birthday.
So soon we'll come up to the front of the main buildings of the Old Psych on Highbury Ave. We have another building just in the far distance here. And we could use that as well. There's many buildings here that can be used as resources for people in poverty. There's a grocery store across the street, and it's on the main drag of Highbury and Dundas, so it's very central. Many street people have talents, like I said before, and have put those talents into actions in downtown cores of London, Ontario. They know how to play guitars, they know how to sing. I, for one, sing and dance across the nations in order to do my chosen purpose and to spread joy and happiness to the nations. We could have that upgraded in people's lives and be able to use it. And one way that we can use it is to have an area where they can actually do that. They can entertain. So we're almost at the front of the main building of the site that it used to be. I watched the documentary of this site, and it goes way back into the 1900s. Some of these buildings were redone in 1967, and that is when I was born. As you can see, this is a very long building. This was the main area for the psych, where people were with mental illnesses and mentally challenged stayed and were committed here. I had an aunt that actually was electrocuted in here for seizure reasons, and because of her abuse at home by my grandfather, who has passed away as well, she died. She's a very nice lady. She was a Christian, and she brought me to know Jesus Christ. She spent a lot of time with me, and I really miss her. So as you can see, there's a huge building here, property, and that can be used as single and family bachelor apartments. Now, I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to talk about this building. To have bachelor apartments that are affordable according to income would be a great way of helping people in poverty. Now, as we know, internet and phone is a very essential resource here in Canada and around the world. And we've had debates on whether that is actually a necessity, and I believe that it is, because it gives us the ability to look for work. It gives us the ability to look for certain things that upgrade our lives and help us grow. We are able to be more social with one another and keep in contact with people across the world. People that donate in order to save lives around the world in other countries. So the internet is a very essential thing, and so is a cell phone in order for safety, for teenagers, for adults, for everyone, in order to be safe on the streets and anywhere that we may be here in this world. The bachelor apartments could be equipped according to our income, with internet services, with a phone, and with the resources that are needed in basic income. It would go together with the idea in the system in order to have that one financial system that is over the poverty line. It would help with Matt Brown's idea as well. So I just want you to see how much space is here and how much we could do. And if we work together as a nation, as a family, and I believe that we are family, and I feel like crying sometimes, because I have a heart for the nations. I love everyone. I don't care where you came from, what creed or nationality you are. We all have a right to maintain our lives and be healthier and to have better days ahead. Thank you for listening. God bless you. Peace be with you all.